And now, around the world and around the corner, it's the David Bowers Awards, bringing the best in indie music to millions of listeners worldwide with your host, the David Bowers. We've got a fantastic lineup of guests, as well as our engineer extraordinaire, Nick the Geek, our entire crew here at the Asylum, and me. I'm John Bon Jovial. And now, here's the voice of indie music, the David Bowers.
Well, thank you very much there, the legendary John Bon Jovial, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for him.
Yay!
That silence you hear is the sound of one hand clapping.
Yay!
How goes everything in Bon Jovial land this week?
It is Bon Jovially, Bon Juvenile.
Why am I suddenly sorry I asked? Well, welcome aboard, everyone, for another round of insanity. We've got some dynamite music for you because we've got perhaps the most frequent guest on the show we've had. A sweet young lady by the name of Nicki Kris is going to come in, and we're going to sample her new album, which is a mixture of some of her past hits and some great new stuff, which she's agreed to let us preview before the album is released. And hope you enjoy it. We'll have tracks on. We'll have Nicki here to talk with us, and we'll get that going very shortly, right after we welcome all our friends in Rochester, New York, who listen to us on WRFZ, Rochester Free Radio. That's 106.3 FM in Rochester, New York. And, of course, Mary Perry, accredited disability representative in Rochester, who underwrites the David Bowers Awards on Rochester Free Radio. So glad to have you all with us. And for those of you who are listening at the House of Guitars, welcome to you also. They pump our sounds right out into the streets of Rochester. And we haven't gotten sued yet, so knock on wood, we should be good to go there. Right now, we're going to do for you the hit track from Nicki Kris's new album. It's also the title track. You've heard it here before when she previewed it. Here it is one more time as we get into the new album called Heartbeat.
Caught up
there you have it. That's Heartbeat, title tune of the new album from Nicki Kris, which we'll be exploring in greater detail very shortly. Nicki will be joining us to help us about the exciting music she has, and she's got some great cuts. She's got one track in there that I just totally fell in love with. But this is the David Bowers Awards, where every show is an award show. All of our guests automatically become award winners. And we want to thank our house band, Titty Bingo, who provide our theme music and stop by to see us once or twice a year when they have new music. Thank you guys, Titty Bingo. Check out their good old rock and roll at tittybingo.com. It's always time to play Titty Bingo. We've already saluted our friend Mary Perry, the accredited disability representative in Rochester, who underwrites the David Bowers Awards on Rochester Free Radio. So what I'd like to do before we get back into the album and talk with Nicki, we want to take a moment to issue our first The David Bowers Award of the week. And the David Bowers Award of the week goes to the Recording Academy, the Grammys, who actually realized it faster than the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but they have announced that they will be inducting Link Wray and the Raymen into the Grammy Hall of Fame this year. That will happen, in case you hear this in time. If you don't, well, it's already happened, but that will happen February 10th. It'll be on CBS television nationwide. They'll also be inducting Aerosmith, Miles Davis, Fats Domino, Ella Fitzgerald, Dolly Parton, Frank Sinatra. Can you believe it? Frank Sinatra is not already in the Grammy Music Hall of Fame.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but no, okay, I'll go with it.
That's kind of surprising. Ella and Fats also, you'd think they'd already be in there. But finally, Link Wray and his Raymen will be in the Grammy Hall of Fame. Hope you'll watch the show tonight. We don't often encourage you to watch television, but I will in this case because I think it's something worth watching, and hopefully they won't get into politics or social commentary. They'll stick to the music, which is what it's all about, the music and the people who make it. So we congratulate Beth Ray, Link's daughter, who's been on the show a couple of times, and long overdue recognition for Link Wray and his Raymen joining the Grammy Hall of Fame February 10th. Congratulations. Coming up, we promised you the new album from Nicki Kris. We promised you'd be talking to her, and you will in just about 4 minutes, right after we listen to this track called Lost in L.A.
Not sure where I'm going. Billy Alexander from the band Why Not, and I'm listening to the David Bowers Awards on Blog Talk Radio. Why? Because all the cool kids are doing it.
Why? Why not? Well, I've got to give a little plug. It's another LA boy, and we thank you so much there, Billy. And let's get to Nicki Kris. And the first thing I want to mention to her is I love the way she pronounces, or she says, LA. Talk about cool. This reminds me, most people say LA, and they emphasize the L and the A, but you sort of just slide onto the L, and it kind of reminds me of Art LeBeau when he used to be on KRLA radio, the old, oh my gosh, this was the rock classic radio station of Los Angeles, and Art was he was the godfather of rock and roll in Los Angeles, and he had a way of saying it. He always slid into it, too. The L became a part of the R. It came out something like KRLA. It was KRLA. And you kind of slide into, I can't do it, but you do it so neatly. Nicki, how did you come up with that?
Oh, actually, it's actually kind of funny because I wasn't singing it that way. And my producer was like, no, I want you to do it this way. And I'm like, well, no, I don't want to do it that way. And it took a couple of takes because it's not, it wasn't the way that I was originally, practicing it, because I always practice what I was, how I'm going to sing something before I go in the studio. And I was just like, really? Oh, this is like so unnatural, but it works. And now that's, now I've got it in my head, so that's just how it's done.
I would definitely check with him and see if he was a listener of Art LeBeau on KRLA. I
will. He used to live in Los Angeles, so that's highly possible. That wouldn't be surprising.
Well, Nicki, welcome back. We're so glad to have you here with us again, and so thankful for you to share your new album with us. Tell us a little bit about, we hope you don't get lost in L.A. during the Grammys, which I know you're going to be there for, and we're hoping to hear lots of exciting things from you. Maybe this year you'll get to meet that Jared Leto guy. Who knows?
Oh, yes, I know. Wouldn't that be fantastic?
Only if we get pictures. Only if we get pictures will it be fantastic.
Oh, let me tell you, if I get pictures, nobody's going to see those pictures. No, I'm just joking.
Tell us about the song Lost in L.A., Nicki.
So, it actually is loosely based off of my first visit to Los Angeles. I went to the Whiskey A Go-Go. I actually took a picture of the Beverly Hills sign. I had a girlfriend with me, and we went